This is my disc destroyer. It's a mean little machine with one job, testing grinding discs. With so many grinding discs and countless reviews, it's hard to separate fact from fiction. This is where the disc destroyer comes in. It cuts through the noise, delivering real results. No bias, no sponsorships, just cold hard tests. Grinding discs can face a lot of real-world challenges, like high and low pressures, hot and cold materials, and of course, fast and slow speeds. This machine tests it all, so that we can finally find the truth in the reviews. Today I am testing the Pretec Type 27 flap disc, coming in at $1.38. This disc has a wide range of reviews online. Some people love this disc, finding it long-lasting and giving a quality performance. Less than satisfied customers say the opposite. This critical reviewer says the Pretec doesn't last long enough. And this reviewer even called it junk, saying the disc doesn't even last 2 minutes. So are these reviews accurate, or do they miss the mark? Let's test it to find out. Let me break this down for you. Each disc will be grinding this test bar to see how much it can remove within 20 minutes time. This will chart out its story and tell us exactly how this disc behaves, based on how much material it removes at any given point. But if the disc stops effectively grinding the bar, or just straight up disintegrates, the test is over. Let's begin. I started my first test by replicating light pressure grinding. I did this by adding a 4-pound weight to my rig, roughly the weight of the grinder. So how did the Pretec do? This disc was very slow to start. After 3 minutes, less than 1.5 inches of metal had been cut. At the 5-minute mark, I ended the test because the coupon was just gliding over the surface of the disc. Taking a closer look at the coupon, less than 2 inches had been cut. This is lining up closely with the more critical reviews. Even though our test lasted 5 minutes, I could see how someone would stop using this disc after just 2 minutes. Next, I wanted to see if heating up our test metal would help our disc cut more. So I heated the first few inches of the coupon before starting the next test. And looking at the data, we can see a small improvement. This time the disc was able to cut 2.5 inches in 5 minutes before losing too much effectiveness. While better, this still isn't what I would consider long-lasting or a quality performance. Next, I wanted to test if changing the grinder speed could increase its durability or cutting ability. So I kept the same weight, but dropped speeds from the maximum 11,000 RPMs down to 6,000. But even at slower speeds, on hot and cold metal, the results saw a little improvement. So what's happening here? Taking a closer look at the disc after the testing plus our data, we can see it is glazing. This means it's losing abrasive quality, making it harder to make progress on the coupon. Fast glazing lines up well with the more critical reviews, capping the disc's performance early on. There's one more thing we can adjust to push this disc to its limits, and that's increasing the pressure. Pressing harder could help the disc make more contact with the metal, hopefully increasing its durability and effectiveness. So I switched out my 4-pound weight for 8 and kicked off the next test. With the added weight to my rig, the Pretec started to show some real potential. While still only lasting roughly 5 minutes, the disc was able to cut over 5 inches of material. This is twice the amount in the same time frame, but the progress was short-lived, with the glaze catching up shortly after the 5-minute mark. I would not call this very long-lasting, not even reaching the halfway point of the test. Maybe this is where the hot metal really makes a difference. So I once again heated the first few inches of the material and had the disc go to work. But I saw almost no improvements. In fact, the disc did even worse, with cutting progress completely stalling at 90 seconds. It seems the added heat only negatively impacted this disc. So how do these reviews stand up compared to our data? Well, I would not call this a very long-lasting disc, but for best results, make sure you grind with heavy, even pressure on cold metal. If you don't, I can see how someone thinks this disc is junk after 2 minutes. However, this is also one of the cheaper discs on the market. So it really comes down to if you think these results are worth $1.38. If you'd like to see the data I've collected for this disc, as well as the other discs in these tests, I've posted them at the Fireball forum, linked in the description. I'm going to keep posting more and more of these test videos, so stay tuned to find the truth in the reviews. And if you're wondering why I built the rig the way I did, how it works, and what it's all about, I have a video that goes into great detail that you should check out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.